I was crazy about soccer. You know, I watch all games. You know, I have some dreams. I wanted to be a soccer player, but I tried, but I didn't like it so much. And then I found myself in a basketball court one day, and my father's friend told me that, I mean, you are tall, why you don't play basketball? And he took me to one basketball academy. And then I started to play basketball, but I wasn't so good that time. But you know, I saw that if I work hard, I can play. Then I, you know, retired from soccer and then start to play basketball. I am fan of Fenerbahçe, and I started to play football and soccer Fenerbahçe. Then a short period I went to one academy, all basketball players academy. Then I started to play Fenerbahçe basketball academy. After 4 or 5 months, I stayed there, and first of all, you know, I didn't play. I did nothing about basketball, but you know, after a while, I like to play. In that time, you know, I wasn't so talented because I watch many games. I love basketball. The first thing I believe, if you want to be successful, first thing is to work hard. If you work hard, you can do everything. Okay, after that, you know, my coaches, my friends saw my talent, but first of all, I gave them, I showed them I can play hard, I can work hard, then you know, talent comes after. My first coach is Murat Özgül, which is Fenerbahçe young team coach. I worked with him almost 8 years. Then I worked with a lot of coaches in Turkey. Which Çetin Yılmaz was Fenerbahçe's senior team coach. Then I worked with Aydın Öz, which is the famous coach and the biggest coach in Turkey. And I work with Ataman. All coaches helped me a lot, and I learned many things. All my coaches, and I have a good relationship with all of them. In 1999, I moved to Efes. That year, Efes Pilsen, now is Anadolu Efes. They changed the name. I played 1 year in Efes, and we made Final Four in Thessaloniki that year. I started to play Fenerbahçe, and I came from the bottom, and I was the captain of the team, and I'm a Fenerbahçe fan, so it's difficult for me to move Fenerbahçe for the other team. But you know, it's professional life. First of all, first game it was so difficult for me against Fenerbahçe. I was really, you know, my feelings was so high, and I couldn't play well that game. But after that, I get used to it. You gotta get into the groove. I wanted to play the biggest team in Europe that years, and I thought that it's good to go outside of Turkey, and it was a good challenge for me. And then I think after Efes, my agent called me, and that he had a phone call from Ikovic that he wants me to play for Ajax. And that year, of course, is not easy to make decision to come in Greece. But for me, I believe that it's gonna be a good option for me. And I didn't think too much, and I said yes because if I, first of all, I want to play with Ivkovic because he was the biggest coach in Europe, and I thought that I can learn many things from Duda, and it helps me a lot. And I signed with Ajax, and I was really happy about it because my first year was very nice, and we were successful. We won the Greek Cup, and I played good that years, and with the team also they helped me a lot. But also outside of the court, I was really happy in Greece. So in Athens I feel like my home. Had a lot of friends, and I had really good relationship with the people, and it was difficult, but I mean everything was good. My father forced me to come here because he believes me, and he was believing me, and also he forced me to come here because it was a good challenge for me. If I stay in Turkey, everything will be the same. So I need to change my life, and I need to go another step for my career. So my family always support me, and he forced me to come here. First, I had a phone call from him, and then I was in national team camp that time. After that, when I came in Athens, we met together, and I was so excited because Duda is, when you see him, you are shaking. It's really tough, but on the other side, he's so friendly and kindly. And when I came in Athens and I saw his behavior for me, I thought that I had a good decision to be here. He is a very good coach, tough coach. He teaches a lot of things about basketball, and I learned many things about basketball from him. And he was really tough. But on the outside of the court, he's like a father. I mean, he helps me a lot because for me, it's really difficult as a Turkish guy come here to play in Greece. He always telling about the stories about his old players. I mean, for the life of Athens, and he was invited to his house for dinner and talk about that, about life, about basketball, and it was really good for my career, and also it makes easier to get used to life in Greece. First year was difficult, but I worked a lot this year with the coaches and with the team. We had a good team. I mean, actually we have Kakuzis, Stefanov, Dikoudis, and Hadzis. We have a good team, and we work hard. And then in the final of Greek Cup, we won Panathinaikos, which was, in that year, one of the best teams in Europe. And for my career, it's a very long step to adjust Greek league and European basketball. When I came to Athens, I had a 3 years contract. But in that year, Ajax has some financial problems. And after the successful year, they called me from Panathinaikos, and they called my agent, and my agent called me that Panathinaikos want to make a contract with me. I said, okay, if Ajax we can release the contract. There's a lot of good, players in Greece. Okay, who I can say, for example, Alfonso Ford was the difficult player to guard. He's an excellent scorer, and it's difficult to play against him or make defense against him. Panathinaikos offered me 2 years contract and I signed with Panathinaikos. Then I talked with Željko Obradović and with Mr. President Yiannakopoulos, and my Panathinaikos career started. I really love Greek people. I really show that I am happy to be in Greece, and I have a lot of Greek friends, and I always talk about good things, and I am like ambassador here. So as a Turkish player, as a Turkish athlete, of course I knew that I have very big responsibilities. I try to work hard, and for Panathinaikos I gave everything, and from the beginning, because it was a really good challenge for me, because Panathinaikos was the European champion when I went there. So a lot of good players like Bodiroga, Albertis, Kalaicis, Johnny, Middleton, and so I want to be part of the team first of all. Of course, I have a scorer. In Ajax I was playing different type of basketball, but in Panathinaikos I knew that I have to be part of the team. I have to help the team, and I need to show my skills too. My position in Ajax is different. My position in Panathinaikos is different, because I need to share the ball, and with me in the roster there was a good players like me in Panathinaikos, and better players maybe. So we have one goal, that we need to be EuroLeague champion. So not different mentality, but different challenge and different position. From the beginning, it wasn't easy, because mentality of Obradović, to understand mentality of Obradović takes time. So from the beginning, he forced us a lot, not only me, whole team, but I was the newest player on the team. So I try to learn how to react, and I really work hard. In the middle of season, I get injured from my hand, but rest of the season, I think I play good. Of course, when you win the titles, it's after that, Buzuki is like crema, and we were enjoying that time, because I really good relationship with Dejan, Albertis, and all my friends, all my teammates. On the court we were sharing, and we were enjoying to play, and then outside of the court we were sharing a lot of times together with our families, with our around. We were going to dinner outside together, and we were sharing the life together. So it was the one of the biggest part of the successful season. It was one of the best moments of my life. So I was very proud, and I was really emotional in that night, because they honored me, and with my ex-teammates, with my coaches, and the president of Panathinaikos, Mr. Dimitris Yiannakopoulos, gave me, and a lot of friends, many fans on the court. So I feel really happy. Have a stress, so nobody was expecting us to win the EuroLeague, but in the final game we didn't have any stress. We were relaxed, and we knew that we can beat that team, because from the beginning we feel that they had under stress. So even we didn't start well beginning of the game. We were down by 14, I think. But end of the first half, we were down by 7. But second half, from the beginning of the third quarter, we were really, you know, we played well and we played good defense and we shared the ball and everybody play excellent end of the game. Lazarus play excellent game in that night. And not only Lazarus, we had inside game, Daryl, also Johnny Rogers play good, Dejan play excellent. Whole team we play well, so we stuck together and Obradovic gave us emotionally, he showed us that he believed the team. So on the court we fight and we beat Bologna in their home court and that night it was one of the best moments in my life. It's difficult to play in the final game, this kind of, competition. It was, you know, we play against really good team, Ginobili, Jaric, you know, there is a lot of players, senior players and good players in that time. But, you know, we were believing ourselves and we didn't have any stress and we showed really good effort on the court. And, you know, when I remember that years, I'm so proud. It was a really critical moment, you know. If we didn't react after 14 points, end of the second quarter, the game can be 20. But we react well and we were down by 7. In the half court, we were talking about, the locker room, we were talking about how we win this game. And Obradovic tell us what we have to do. And we went to the court and we show our skills and we show our heart and we fight on the court and we won. After the game, you know, we were, you know, all players, we were together and then Yanakopoulos came and to hug to me. He hugged me up from my back and I saw we were with Dejan, we celebrate each other. And my father and my sister was in the game that time. And I remember that, it was nice. It was nice. Dejan was best friend of mine. So in that years we were sharing many days together, and after the game we were living close each other, and then we had many things together. So after the game when we won, we celebrate each other, and then after the season we went together to celebrate all summer. We had a very good relationship with Dejan. I respect him, and he was one of the best players in Europe. So if you respect each other on the court, you can solve every problem. And also we have not only Dejan, we have Albertis too. We have Milojevic. Every player has some egos, but if you control it and you respect each other on the court, so you can be successful. Otherwise, if everybody thinks themselves, nobody can do by themselves or by himself something. When I came Panathinaikos, I talked with Dejan, and he really, because national team, we were facing each other many times, but Panathinaikos, we have a chance to play together. Maybe we play 1 year together, but he was the very good friend of mine and one of the best player I ever played. In that game, we were Dejan and me were playing. For the European scorer leader. In that, I think last game or one game before end of the season Sibona game. I need to score at least 25 points in that game. But I started to play well. I mean, beginning of the game I started to play well. Then Pırkaç'ın hit my elbow here, and then I was out of the game 8 or 9 minutes, and they told me that we need to go to hospital. I said, I don't want to go anywhere. Please do it here. And they said, no, we need to go. It's big. So I said, no way. I need to finish the game here. And they put some stitches here. I continued to play, and I scored 41 points end of the game. I feel that, here's my home. When I finish my career at Panathinaikos, back to Istanbul to play Ülker and Fenerbahçe. But one of my body, one of my heart is stayed here. So I have a good relationship with my teammates, with the fans, coaches, and if I had chance to come here, I'm so happy. So after 3 years, I'm back in Athens. When the plane lands in Athens, here I feel so emotional feelings. First play against Olympiacos, I feel the same things, but I knew it's really hard and big opponents, and so. But I enjoyed that kind of games. I never afraid to play that kind of games. Panathinaikos Olympiacos is derby. I mean, yes, they were trying to tell me, how is important that games. But I knew from Turkey that kind of games. When you win all week, you are, going around like hero. But when you lose, you don't want to go outside it from your house. Then I moved to 1 year in NBA. And in the middle of the season, Obradovic called me, and Mr. Manos Papadopoulos called me that come back to Panathinaikos again. And I didn't think, and I cut my contract and I came back again. NBA is different mentality. European basketball is more different than NBA. I went NBA a little bit late, when I was 32, so it's so late, but I wanted to try. I want to see this mentality, this philosophy, and I knew that it helps me a lot after my career. We had a really good roster, and we had a really good players. And in 2001, silver medal, one of the biggest memories and one of the biggest time for Turkish basketball. But after that, I believe that we could continue, and we could, in World Championship and next European Championships, we could be better, and we could do better maybe. But I don't know why, and there is some reasons why we couldn't do that. From the beginning of the tournament, we were under stress, because in home court, everybody is, waiting from us that medal. But first game we beat against Lithuania at home, then we lost against Slovenia, and beginning of Spanish game, everybody was stressful. So because if we won that game, we were first. If we lose, we were fourth and out of the tournament, and we won that game. That we went to Istanbul for the quarterfinals, and it was two very difficult game we played against Croatia and Germany. We beat them and to reach the final. And the final game, you know, Serbia was the strongest team in the tournament, and unfortunately we lost. My daughter played tennis, and my son played basketball, and he loves basketball. He wanted to play basketball player, but he's 12, and he has a talent. But if you work hard like me, I believe he can be a very good player. He feels some pressure, you know, because everybody asking him that. Are you a good shooter like your father? And it makes pressure for him. And so I don't want to go for his games so much. And I need to be, you know, leave him alone. You don't need to feel that pressure. Sometimes we watch together, and he's asking me how you do that. I saw you score like that, and he was watching himself, and he was asking me. And sometimes we play together one-on-one. And he's good. He can be a big player, but you know, nobody knows. It's too early that I can say. I have a basketball academy. In 20 years, we built 2001, and this year we are celebrating 20 years of my academy, and I'm very proud of that. And I feel so happy that I give my you know, what I have for the kids, and I really enjoy, and I really have to share my time with the kids. You know, it feels me so happy, and because I have a, you know, cadet team, senior team, and sometimes I play together with them. I practice with them, and my son played in my team. It's a different type of my job. Now I'm making commentating and YouTube channel, and I enjoy for that. You know, I really like that. I don't want to be coach. You know, it's my decision, and but I'm so happy.